came here, now I'm completely full.
Well, it was worth a try. But I am very relieved to see that the first course seems mercifully small, though I shudder to think what's in it.
Snakes.
That's snakes, is it?
Yes.
Are we getting one each?
Yes. Your personal one.
Okay.
One snake, one male snake can mate with two female ones at the same time.
Really?
You do that?
You can't anymore?
That's the where a bit of lump there. That's where the snake stores the sperm.
Worryingly, that's vaguely familiar.
Do you like spicy things?
Well, as soon as I've just eaten a snake's cock, I can eat anything. Yeah, spicy's fine. Yeah, spicy's fine.
Actually, I really don't like spicy food that much, but that's the least of my worries.
So that's the donkey in there. Okay, well, here we go. That's good.
Yeah? Okay.
When I say it's good, I have no intention of ever eating it again in my life, but... What is that?
It's a sheep.
It's a big mouthful. Have you just taken it the whole thing in once? Where did it all go wrong? Oh, that's horrible.
As the old saying goes, too many cocks spoil the broth.
That's not going down my throat. Oh. Well.
And this was definitely one too many.
It's very chewy.
I didn't get as far as chewing it.
So it's been an interesting first day, but I'm very glad it's finally coming to an end. Only another 5 weeks and 6 days to go. I can hardly wait. Dawn in Tiananmen Square, where the daily raising of the flag pulls in huge crowds. Here in 1949, Mao proclaimed the beginning of the People's Republic of China. Tiananmen is the world's largest public square, deliberately conceived to highlight the insignificance of the individual before the power of the state. It was also, of course, the setting for the student demonstrations in 1989, so brutally crushed by the state. China may have moved on since then, but for many of us in the West, those pictures remain the most vivid images of this country, something the Chinese are well aware of. And though all residual signs of the massacre have long been erased, the square is now monitored by teams of undercover police, hundreds of CCTV cameras, and an overbearing presence of the military. Nevertheless, this is where I've arranged to meet my translator. All I know is that she is Chinese, but I'm not hard to spot.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you Paul?
Yes, I am Paul.
Nice to meet you. I'm Merton. You can call me Emma.
Oh, Emma. Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, I'm so glad I found you.
Well, I'm glad you found me as well.
Yeah, shall we go?
Yes, absolutely, yes. Yes, I've been having some adventures on my own.
Yeah, really.
Emma was keen that we leave Tiananmen as quickly as possible. The sight of Chinese nationals talking to foreigners immediately draws the unwanted attention of the authorities. Away from the oppression of the square, I was keen to find out from Emma what people really thought about Chairman Mao today.
I think it's just like deep inside a lot of Chinese people's heart, they still have very high expectation for Mao. Like, I remember my mom told me the first time when she was in Tiananmen Square, that's like just when the Cultural Revolution started. She was one of the Little Red Guard. And she walked months to get to Beijing, because we're actually from west of China. She walked months to Beijing in front of Tiananmen Square. And she waved her little red book, and she was so excited and just in tears.
Yes.
It's about 100 million people here.
Yes.
And everybody just like, a bit like today you see a pop star.
Yes.
It's like in tears, like real idol.
Almost a god.
Yeah, it's God. It's not human.
So Chairman Mao is clearly still an icon, with the worst excesses of his regime seemingly forgotten in the smog that engulfs Beijing today. 30 years ago, nobody owned a private car in China. Now there are over 20 million, and this is the fastest growing automotive market in the world.
Every day there's 1,000 new cars on the road. I remember when I was little, I always see blue sky and stars at night. I don't see that very often.
Yes, I was expecting to see more people here on bikes.
But my expectations of China were clearly out of date, and though some of the images of Beijing were reassuringly oriental, others were not. And I wasn't the only one to be taken by surprise.
Fantastic, fantastic. What were you singing then? What were you singing about just then?
The topic is about Chinese food, Chinese dishes.
Chinese food didn't sound very cutting edge, but then again, just think what I had for dinner last night.
Sometimes hip-hop music can be quite radical in its subject matter.
You mean racist?
No, not racist.
Radical.
More controversial subjects.
Yeah, but I think in China we cannot do aggressive, radical lyrics. We cannot release radical records.
So yes, I understand. So to release records, you have to be less radical.
Complement.
Compromise.
Yeah, to the system.
Yes, of course, of course.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why you asked us these questions?
To see hip-hop, to see Chinese people doing hip-hop is not what I expect. So I haven't seen that before.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Chinese hip-hop.
I don't know,
But
no.
now you see Chinese hip-hop.
Now I see it.
Right here, right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
先入为主，影响见识大局。作为中国菜的重要组成部分，历史悠久，风味独特，驰名海外，注重技艺。热制冷吃，还有冷制冷吃，冷菜制作十分困难，十分费事。酱卤拌水泡。
Yeah.
So far, I've found Beijing rather a sterile city with the suspicious eyes of the authorities everywhere. But over the coming weeks, I'll be touring all over this vast country. A journey that will take me beyond anything I have yet experienced. Dazzling. Extraordinary. Puzzling. And downright exhausting. But meanwhile, back in Beijing, the temperature is well over 100, and unfortunately, I seem to have become a little uncooperative. Emma's plan for today was to be a visit to the Great Wall of China.
I'm not really interested in the Great Wall of China. I was reading the paper today and I saw it says here, this farmer grows robots. Mr. Wu Yulu, it says, a lack of formal education did not deter Wu from copying what he called marvellous human motions. That's going to be fun, isn't it? And the Great Wall of China, I mean, it's bricks. You know what I mean? Robots, though, little robots walking around, that's great. Can't wait.
So I've thrown the production into chaos by insisting we hunt down the intriguing Mr. Wu. Apparently he lives just an hour outside of Beijing, and not surprisingly, he's well known around these parts.
Well, I suppose there can't be many people around here who are building robots.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, it looks like it.
So this might be the place?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Emma has phoned ahead, so we are expected. But Mr. Wu still looks a little taken aback to see us.
Is there something he could show us? Something he's been working on recently, perhaps?
您现在有没有就是现在手头有哪个机器人能给我们展示一下的？
哦，有，我的机器人坐在这儿，我给你拿一个
It's
啊。
all here. We'll get one out first.
Okay.
This is the Mr. Wu number 2.
吴老二。
Are they all called after you?
啊，对，我这儿那么做一
Of
个，
course.
Can we see him walking?
这个是做什么的？
在这儿走路吧。
Okay, this is
这儿走路
walking。robot.
Quite ingenious, isn't it? And Mr. Wu has had no training at all?
没有，
No
我这就是
training at
说，
all.
这是叫机器狗。
Robot dog.
Robot dog, okay.